Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is Erev Shabbos Parshas Vayigash. This week's Parsha is Parshas Vayigash. And today is also Asarah b'Teves. Today is also the fast of the 10th of Teves. And I'd like to share with you an idea from the Nesiva Shalom that I think touches on the duality, on both aspects of today. So in this week's Parsha, Parshas Vayigash, Yaakov Avinu learns that his long-lost son Yosef is alive. He's the leader of Mitzrayim, and he is taking his whole family. Yaakov is taking his whole family to go down to Egypt. And there's an interesting exchange on the way down to Egypt between Yaakov Avinu, between Jacob and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and between Hashem, where Hashem turns to Yaakov and he says, Al tira merda Mitzrayim. Do not be frightened of going down to Mitzrayim. Clearly, Yaakov was frightened. You do not tell somebody not to be frightened, say our sages, unless they were scared. So Yaakov is scared about going down to Mitzrayim. What exactly was bothering Yaakov Avinu? Certainly, Yaakov was going into this with eyes wide open. Yaakov knew that what was transpiring right now was what was foretold to his grandfather, to Avram Avinu, at the covenant between the pieces, at the brisbane of Asarah, that this was the exile. This is it. It's beginning right now. The pain, the suffering, Yaakov knew of all that. But it doesn't seem that that is what was bothering Yaakov Avinu. Because if it was the pain and the suffering that was bothering Yaakov Avinu, Hashem's reply does not seem to address that. So let's look at Hashem's reply. But before we do so, before we jump into Hashem's reply to Yaakov, why he shouldn't be afraid, let's look at a beautiful Zohar on something related to Asarah b'Teves. That's very much connected to this discussion between Hashem and Yaakov Avinu. The Zohar is discussing the pasuk where we say, Al Naharos Bavel, Sham Yeshavnu, V'gam Bechinu, that at the rivers of Babylon, there, as we were exiled from the lands, Asarah b'Teves was the beginning of the exile, the beginning of the first exile of the Jewish people, ultimately leading to the destruction of the temple, ultimately leading to our exile to the land of Bavel, to the Babylonian exile. And there we are, we're sitting at the rivers of Babylon, and we're crying. We're crying for Bezacharnu es Tzion, when we remembered Zion. We remembered the land that we had come from. We remembered what we lost. And we were sitting there at those rivers crying. We were depressed. It was a horrible situation. Really, everything went wrong, right? There we are, lost the temple, lost our independence, lost our land, and we're in a foreign land, exiles to a foreign government that just conquered us. Comes Ezekiel the prophet, and he comes to the Jewish people, and he shares with them information that changed their entire outlook, that changed their entire perspective. What did he share with them? He shared with them a conversation that was taking place between Hashem, between HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and his Pamalia Shel Elyon and his retinue up above in heaven. Hashem turns to all the angels that are surrounding him in heaven as the Jewish people are going down into exile, and Hashem says to them incredulously, he says, Ma atun avdin hacha, what are you all doing here? Srafim, Ofanim, Chayos HaKodesh, I don't understand. Why are you all still here? Hashem says to them, my children are going down into exile and you're sitting around here in heaven? Kumu, arise. Chutu kulchan leBavel. All of you, go down to Bavel. Va'ana machon. And I'm coming with, says Hashem. You know what Yaakov Avinu was scared? Yaakov Avinu knew he was going into exile. But what he was afraid of, what he was scared of, was that he was leaving Eretz Yisrael. He was leaving behind the land in which the divine providence was palpable. He was leaving behind that land where he felt HaKadosh Baruch Hu holding his hands. You know, when a little child is learning to walk, and they're holding on to their daddy's hand, and they're taking their first few steps, they're not scared. They're not scared. But after, the child's walking for a little while, and daddy lets go. That's when the child's scared. Yaakov Avinu was afraid. Yaakov Avinu was afraid because he thought Hashem was about to let go. Yaakov, the Jewish people, we were entering the cesspool that was Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim was the most lewd, most immoral place in the world at that time. That's where the gullus is going to be? And now you're going to let go of my hand? Now, of all times, you're going to let go? Yaakov was scared. So what does Hashem say to him? What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu say to Yaakov Avinu? Al tira merda Mitzrayim. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of going down to Mitzrayim. Ki l'goy gadol asimcha sham. Because it's there that you're going to become a great nation. great in terms of who the Jewish people would become. In that Kur HaBarzel, in that smelting pot, in that horrible inferno, that's where the Jewish people will grow. That's where they become the Jewish people. Anochi ered imcha, I am coming down with you. Va'anochi alcha gamalo. Va'anochi alcha gamalo. And I'm going to take you up from there as well. Don't think I'm letting go. It's not true. It's not true. Just like Hashem said to the Pamalia Shel Elyon after the first Gullus, already in the time of Mitzrayim, he said to Yaakov Avinu, Va'ana machon, I'm coming with you. I'm coming with you. Al tira, Yaakov. Don't be scared. This is going to be the best thing for the Jewish people. It will be hard. It will be challenging. It will be Gullus. But I'm coming with. Va'anochi a'alcha gamalo. And I'm going to bring you out from there. It's true on a national level. It's true on a national level for the Jewish people that wherever we go into Gullus, whether it's into Mitzrayim, whether it's into Bavel, or even into the current Gullus, Hashem comes with. Va'anochi a'alcha gamalo. And Hashem takes us out. It's true on a national level, and it's true on an individual level. When we come into this world, Hashem, so to speak, says to us, don't be scared. Don't be scared, little neshama. I'm coming with, and I'm going to bring you back. Kadosh Baruch Hu never let go. He never let go of our hand, and he never does let go. That is the message of Anochi Alcha Gamalo. I'm going to come out from there with you as well. I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom, a good Shabbos, a restful Shabbos, and I look forward to seeing you soon.